Go. You got it. You can do it. You can do it. Why? Go. Go, go, go. Yay! Big wins. We count them when we can. So today is Sunday, November something. 2 days ago, I had my first art show at an event here called First Fridays. I talked about it in the last vlog a little bit, and it was good. It was good. I had a great time. Got to see a lot of people, got to see some friends, got to talk to a lot of artists, and had a really good experience. And I learned some things. I only sold 2 paintings, 2 of these small ones about this size. I sold 2 of those. The real lesson was in watching everybody. The more I watched them, the more I learned. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, one of the aspects of doing a show is cleaning up after a show. My place is, well, I gotta do something with this. I gotta put this stuff somewhere. This has been displaced because this stuff is here. Look at this. I just stumbled across this because I was going through my stuff. I mean, look at that. Supplies. It's a supplies surprise. So yeah, lots to do. Gotta clean up. Gotta do some stuff in the garage to clean up too. I'll do that and then we'll talk. Okay, so this place, not good either. Look, it's just not good, but we'll fix it. I just got to figure out, I've got all this stuff, I've just got to figure out where am I going to put it. I want to show you this. This is actually very poignant. This poster is a little over 8 years old. I don't know how well this is gonna show up, but it's a screen print by this guy named, I believe it's Sean Hansen. He's the founder of a design agency called ISO 500 or ISO 50. ISO 50. He's also the founder of a band called Tycho. But he did this for the Obama administration back in 2008 during the election. This one came out after the very famous Shepard Fairey Hope poster. Limited edition, probably worth, maybe not much, but I'm holding on to it because history. I'm not gonna do much, but let's do a little something. It's gonna get messy. You don't see these very often. Let me take a temperature. I already broke it. I don't know. I kind of dig it. Back up a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna call this show a success because I believe I learned a lot. I didn't sell a ton, but I did sell some, and I learned a whole lot. So that is a win. I'm definitely no show pro. Plenty of people that know more about doing shows than I do. I've come up with 10 quick lessons. Oh, that's like 20. 10 quick lessons that I've taken away from this last show that maybe you can apply to whatever show you're doing, or, you know, it's just something I'll learn and, you know, build on myself. So here we go. Lesson number 1. Make sure you're paying attention to what people like and what they don't like. As I'm watching people go through my, you know, display, it's about an 8-foot wall, had about 10 pictures. My wife is sitting there trying to distract me. Hey, would you go away? She's like sitting through the window, staring at me, trying to get me to distracted. And it worked. Pay attention to what people like and what they don't like. See what they scan and see what they don't scan. Also, make sure you pay attention to who likes what. Meaning, is it women that like this? Is it men that like this? Is it older folks, younger folks? Try to gauge what is of interest to people right now. My work can be a little bit in the now, meaning talking about topics that are happening right now, so they're very relevant, or even maybe, you know, if I may say so, a little bit prescient to things that are happening. And so they're very relevant to some people right now, and that works for some, but not for all. So I have to kind of gauge how much of that I need to incorporate to really gauge the interest of my customers. Sure, I could go on and on and on about how I would need to maintain my artistic integrity and do what I want, but at the end of the day, if I just have a bunch of canvases sitting back here and nobody's buying them, then what is the point of what I'm doing? Because really, I'm here to sell some stuff. Number 2, understand what people are willing to pay at the venue that you are showing at. This wasn't a big fancy gallery. This wasn't a big art show where a bunch of different galleries or artists get together. This was a small, local, First Friday event that happens every single month. It's a very low barrier to entry to get into it, and the people that come are there for free to mostly just browse and look at art and have a good time and drink some beer and wine and whatnot. So nobody is going in there with the big art collector mentality. At least most people are not going in with the big art collector mentality. So you have to be aware of your surroundings and who's coming in and understand what they are willing to pay for the art. My art that I displayed, which was all those small pieces that you saw me putting up earlier, those were the pieces that I hung. I didn't have any big canvases at all because I wanted the art that is displayed to be quickly consumable so people could just grab and go if they wanted. And I sold 2 pieces like that. But there were a lot of people who asked me the prices for everything, and I told them, and I could see the look on their face change in an instant. I definitely don't think that I was pricing my stuff too high. If anything, I was probably not charging enough, but this was my first show, so I figured I would at least come in a little bit below what I normally would expect and then see how that played out. So make sure you're pricing accordingly to the room, the people in the place. If you price it over their heads, nobody's gonna buy anything. If you price it too low, then and you sell out too quickly, then you know you undercut your prices too much, and then there's this expectation for people that see you next time saying, oh, well, your prices were so good last time, why'd you raise them? Number 3, crowd attracts a crowd. I had some friends come hang out, and they were really gracious and hung out for the majority of the night. And just the fact that they stood there in my little section with me, talking to me, had this instant effect of drawing more people to me. When nobody was around my art, it seemed like nobody wanted to come around my art. The moment I had a small group of people hanging out, not moving, just sitting there hanging out, that brought a lot more people to my little section, and they hung out and they talked with me, and that attracted more people. And so yeah, if you have it, bring friends who will be willing to hang out with you and talk with you, so that will inspire other people to do the same. Number 4, collectibles versus consumables. Now I kind of touched on this already. This is about pricing things accordingly and having things available to people so that they can buy. If the market, again, is something where people want to go in and grab and go, have something available for them that they can do that. Sure, you can have your big canvas hanging up, and in fact, the next time I go, I'm probably gonna at least bring one of my larger canvases. I'm gonna bring that, put that up, and then have my smaller pieces next to it. So that way there's this scope of the work that I do. I have my consumables and I have my collectibles. And by collectibles, I mean the big pieces that people are willing to put down some serious coin on. Number 5, don't expect sales every time. I got 2 sales this time. I may get sales next time I do this. I may not get anything next time. Don't expect what you got this time to happen next time. I made this mistake years ago. The very first time I started putting my artwork up on Etsy, I put a bunch of my stuff up and I sold pieces like that. And then I had this expectation of, oh my God, I could make $1 million because everybody's just buying my art. And so I went up and put more art and put more art, put more art, and then nobody came. I sold a few pieces right in the very beginning, and then sales dropped off a cliff. Don't expect the sales next time that you got this time, and vice versa. Or whatever. Number 6, cater to the market at your own risk. Yes, you can take all these indicators and say, okay, well, this is what people like, this is what they wanted, this is the price they wanted, this is the kind of subject matter that they were drifting towards, and then you can go and create that art and then find out that maybe that was just the mode that people were in that time. I sold a picture with a cortisone heart on it, and I sold another one with an abstract peony on it. If I turned around and made nothing but peonies and cortisone hearts, it's possible that I may sell more, but it's also entirely possible that none of those will sell, and I'll have a bunch of those paintings sitting up there and no buyers. Tread lightly when you're trying to mold your work to the market. You never know exactly where the market's gonna be. It may have been here today, but it might be over there tomorrow. Number 7, get ready to get back to work. I only sold 2, so I only have to replace 2 for the next time. But what if I had sold 10? What if I had sold 5? I would have to turn around for the next show, which happens in another month, and bang out another 5 paintings. The scope of that, if you sell out in a show like that, and you've got another show coming right around the corner, man, you better get your butt to work. Yeah, it could have been a problem if I had sold more. It could have been a good problem, but a problem nonetheless, because I'd have been here painting instead of talking to you. Number 8, focus on making an impression. When you're there, make an impression with the people, interacting with them, engaging them, answering questions. Don't just stand there in the corner and hope that somebody says something to you. Display your work in an impressive way, put forth your best effort with the art, put forth your best effort when you show up for the event, put forth an impressive effort all the way through. There was a person who was directly across from me. Interesting work, not my taste, but still. Every single picture on their wall was like this. Every single one. It's as if they took a level and leveled all of them so that they were meant to be at an angle. And I don't know if that's really what they intended, but that's what it looked like. Why wouldn't you just, make an impression every time you show up? Number 9, meet people. Talk to people. Talk to other artists. Talk to the people who are running the show. Talk to the customers or the people walking around, because you never know who the person that you're talking to or what kind of influence that person has the next time you see them, or who they might tell. They might see you again at the next show or some other show down the road, and they'd bring a friend, and that friend happens to be somebody of influence. Or that next person is a gallery owner that wants to bring you in. I get it. You're probably an introvert. I know a lot of you artists are introverts. I get it. But you're gonna have to put that on a shelf when you do shows. You gotta break out Mr. Friendly, and you gotta talk to people. You gotta act like you actually want to be there, because you never know who's going to be the person that pushes you to the next level. And they could be in that very room right now. And number 10, quite possibly the most important one, have fun. Have a good time. Go in with the idea that you're gonna celebrate not just your work, but the work of everybody that you might be in the room with. Talk to the people and have a good time. Drink some wine, eat some cheese and some crackers, and enjoy yourself. Because you never know, it could be the last show you ever do, so you might as well make the most of it. Hopefully it's not the last show I ever do, but I'm gonna make sure that every single one that I do is gonna be a blast. If you were there, if you came and hung out, thank you. All my friends and homies that were there, I appreciate you very much for being there. You made my day. There's probably more I could talk about, but I've still got a lot of work to do, so I'm gonna get to that, and maybe we'll talk some other time. And if for some reason you're not really understanding the kind of work that I'm doing, you should go check it out, daveconrey.com. Go have a look, see what you think. Or you can go to my Etsy page, daveconrey.etsy.com. I'll put all of that in the description so you can see what's up. Maybe share it with your favorite gallery owner friends. Just saying. That's gonna do it for this one, folks. Remember, if you like this video, hit that like button for me. Would you do that for a brother? I appreciate it. Also, if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, please subscribe, because subscribing is like the lifeblood of what we do here on this platform. So yeah, do that. That would be awesome. And that's pretty much it for this one. I will see you in a couple of days. Remember, until then, be good today, be even better tomorrow. Say goodbye, Mr. finger, face, skull thing. Oh, side note, for those of you who might be checking in on the NaNoWriMo thing, I'm up to 10,000 words. I probably should be higher than that, but I'm up to 10,000 words. I'm 1/5 of the way there. Yes. I can't wait to put it out so you guys can read it and buy it and share it with all your gallery owner friends. See ya!